I wanted to introduce to you a very special barred owl family. This is the father barred owl. He lives in a park where he has had many successful nesting seasons with the love of his life. Barred owls mate for life, and this father in particular is a phenomenal hunter, very good provider. What people don't understand is there are so many squirrels, and they're really, really cute, and songbirds, but when people are feeding them, they're essentially fattening up the owl food. I know wildlife can be rough, and the squirrels are very cute, but in this particular park, there's 2 different species of owls. Each had 3 babies. That's 10 owls to feed. In a few minutes, you will see Mom feeding the baby a rodent. I will give you a heads up. So there is the vigilant father. He will sit there for hours until he catches a tasty morsel, one that he knows will be sufficient for Mom to feed the kids. I mean, if you stick around long enough and you look where people are feeding squirrels, look around. You'll probably see an owl watching. Dad went in for the dive, and he came up empty-handed, which I was pretty much surprised, but glad my camera was still recording to see him in flight. Isn't he breathtaking? I can't believe he can walk into a forest, park, hiking trails. Oh, he winked. Did you see that beautiful wink? And see this for free. Nature is the best medication and meditation there is. It floors me. It's so underrated. This is better than chocolate. He just ruffled all his feathers. This is better than wine. This is better than anything for me. This is baby. Did you see him clacking his beak? That means he's nervous and excited. Look at his baby downy feathers and his facial, like around his face. His facial disc, it's orange. This is the second time in my life I've ever seen a baby barred owl with a lot of orange coloring. We named him Clementine, and I just fell absolutely head over heels in love with this little cutie. You see, what I did is I sat on this footage for a couple months before I posted it. That way you don't draw a big crowd of people. I believe it's in the best interest for the owl. And now, his first day out of the nest, he's going to explore. Look at all that orange coloring. It's absolutely fascinating. He's on a very thin branch, and that's how a lot of baby owls fall. He's exercising his wings. You're gonna see Mom fly in soon, and she's gonna have half of a rodent, so that's your warning now not to watch if you don't want to see it, or if you're squeamish. She's here now. It's half of a chipmunk, and baby's really hungry. And you gotta realize this is his first day out of the nest. He lived his whole life inside a tree cavity. So this is his first time being able to use his wings and walk on branches, and his first time eating food from Mom outside the nest. So practice makes perfect. I sped it up a little bit. Mom's beautiful, isn't she? I've been going to this park since 2018. Look at the orange around his face. Oh, little Clementine, you are a marvel. Oh, it almost looks like he's wearing a little hat or a little eyeshadow on his little downy facial feathers. So Mom's taking some nibbles. She's like, see, it's real tasty. You need to eat this so you can grow up and be a big owl like Mom. Mom's eating the innards. Look at how focused baby is. Still trying to eat that chipmunk. But he's gonna get the hang of it in a minute. He's pretty hungry. There we go. And look at how easy. A big swallow. Down the hatch. And it's all gone. Wow. I just can't even imagine. And now she's gonna preen him and give him lots of attention and affection because baby barred owls have a lot of anxiety. They need their helicopter mom. That's what barred owl mamas are like. They're always flying in and making sure baby has no anxiety, because every little thing is an anxiety attack for a baby barred owl. When you live inside of a tree, you don't see things like squirrels and blue jays and chickadees and what have you, because you're living in a tree. Whereas if you take a great horned owl, for instance, most of the great horned owls I have seen grow up are in stick nests, so they're used to the forest life and the forest critters. Plus they get 2 months in the nest, where baby barred owl only gets 1. So it's a real big learning curve, and he needs lots of love from Mom. I just love their bond so much. How much she loves being a mother, meticulously preening his feathers. You can't tell me that they're not feeling love right now, and that baby barred owl doesn't feel super safe. I thought I would release this in October, since, that's the month we have Halloween. And it looks like Clementine is all dressed up for Halloween, all natural. Mom's coming back in for a deep preen. It almost looks as if Clementine is a little embarrassed. He's like, Mom, I want to explore and play, and people are watching. Can we please do this later? No, Mama's a good mama. She had 3 babies. This was the only one I could see and filmed directly from the trail itself. Anyone wanting to get into wildlife photography, I highly suggest the Nikon P1000 or P950. They're point and shoot cameras, but they have a focal length zoom lens built in of 2,000 to 3,000 millimeters, so you can get closer even than those big huge lenses you see when people are out and about, and it's half the price of a new iPhone. So I've had my cameras for 5 years now, and I couldn't be happier. So Mama was preening, and baby was watching the mom, and then baby preens. So very much to learn in such a short time. I often wonder, 4 months after they leave the nest and they go out on their own, if Mama has empty nest syndrome. Look how orange he is. That's just the bee's knees to me. You see, if I were to have posted this when I filmed it, it would have definitely brought a barrage of people there. And you don't want people trampling through a forest, disrupting this brand new owl family. Look at, he's climbing a tree. This is what they do instinctually. They use their beak and their talons to climb a tree to safety, and they use their wings to help them balance. How freaking cute can this little angel be? That's why it's so super important, come baby season, when you see a baby owl on the forest floor, to call wildlife rehab. Don't whip your phone out to make a TikTok. Don't pick it up or pet it. There is a reason why wildlife rehab and wildlife rescue exist. It's because they're the professionals. They know what to do, and they will know how to instruct you what to do. I have seen so many videos of people who just bring it up on themselves to take baby owls, even injured baby barred owls, and just habitualize them, make them their outdoor pet. And that's so cruel. The owl's never going to make it if you treat it as a pet and leave it outside and feed it all the time. It won't grow into adulthood and flourish. Keep wildlife wild. Period. The end. So yes, if you find a baby owl on the forest floor, leave it alone. They climb trees instinctually. They've never seen mom or dad do it. It's instinct. And if you don't know what to do, just give wildlife rehab a call. I'm this far away throughout the entire day, filming this beautiful baby barred owl. He is laying down on his belly. That's how they sleep in the nest. And that's how they sleep once they leave the nest for a good month or so. And that's sometimes how they fall as well. It's a lot of hard work for them, even just balancing like that. Do you notice his foot? His left foot keeps sliding down. Poor little angel. See, he almost fell right then and there. He's doing his best to stay safe. Oh, my heart pitter-patters for these guys. They really, I just love them so much. I've never had children of my own except for my cat. So, in the next life, if I could be a baby barred owl and grow up to be a mother barred owl, I think that would be the most amazing thing in the world. Look at how curious he is, nibbling at the bark. Everything is brand new to him. Just like a human baby, he's got to test everything with his talons and his beak, just like a baby does with their mouth and their hands. I could sit and watch them for an eternity. It makes me really sad if you Google change.org, save barred owls. Canada and the United States are going to eliminate, 500,000 of them to save another species. But what no one's telling you is the barred owls mate with the spotted owl, and they have sparred owls for real. And what no one's telling you is that they're blaming it on the barred owl, but no one's telling you that the great horned owl, their population of the great horned owl doubles barred owl and spotted owl. So great horned owls, apex predator, top of the owl food chain, they eat barred owls and they eat spotted owls. I urge you to go to change.org. There's a Canadian petition and an American petition. I signed it, and I will always stick up for the owls. It is not the barred owl's fault. Here, Mom flew in again. Baby was feeling a little nervous, and she'll preen him like for 20 minutes straight at a time. And sometimes she'll come back and do it for 20 more minutes. She really loves her baby. That's a really lucky baby. I mean, out of all the species of owls I have seen in the wild, and 3 species I've seen with their offspring, great horned owls, barred owls, and screech owls. I mean, there's no mama like a barred owl mama. She just loves it. Baby owls have to take a lot of naps. I always refer to them as the Leaning Tower of Pisa. They're always slanted to one side. And here's Clementine preening his little foot feathers, looking at his talons. Nibble, nibble, nibble. That orange just does me in too. It's so shocking to me. I actually called Wildlife Rescue and asked some questions about how he could be orange, and they said it has a lot to do with diet. So I have no idea what Mom has been feeding that one in particular, but it is quite marvelous to see nonetheless. He's got to baby step everything and be so super careful. That stretch looked really satisfying, didn't it? He's just so cute. How is he real? Now he's getting a little braver. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna do a little hop, skip, jump for you. Little flight leap. Their flight feathers haven't grown all the way in yet, so they can't fly very far or long. He had to have a little rest again. Just like a cat. Cat naps, owl naps. They're so similar. Sleepy in the day, active in the night. Cats have hairballs. Owls have pellets. They're basically kind of the same thing. So he doesn't realize that his left talon is on a branch that's slanted, and it was raining, so it was slippery, so he keeps slipping. My heart beats double the beats watching this and filming this in the wild. Oh, little darling. And there's Mom preening those beautiful feathers, making sure everything is in a fine form and tip-top shape. You never know when a predator comes near. When they do their little beak clacks like that, it's nervous. It's nervousness. And here comes Mom again. See, I didn't move to get a clearer shot, a clearer video footage. I didn't want to spook him. It's his first day out of the nest. The last thing you want to do is go trampling in there, making a whole bunch of noise, scaring them. I mean, this might not be the best footage, but it's all natural. And I would actually prefer to see this than not. He's having a hard time staying gripped onto that very thin branch. Mom's a pro. You can tell by her talons, like she's never letting go. But baby, being preened while trying to stand tall, everything's a learning curve. Now he's gonna have another little rest. Oh, little angel. With the most beautiful, soulful eyes. And here we go again. Little baby Bard makes his little sounds begging for food, but in reality, what he's saying to Mom is, I'm really scared. There's all these sounds and all these critters. Can you please come help me? And she does, in the blink of an eye. You might not even see Mom or Dad nearby, but they're vigilant. Little dude stayed there forever. And when you're all crunched up in that nest, not much room to stretch, build up those leg muscles. You see that little bit of a struggle there? Oh, no, that was a poop. People often think that pellets are owl poop, and they're not. Most of the time, owl poop is referred to as whitewash, and it literally looks like white paint. So if you're ever in a forest and you see splatters of white paint, on the forest ground, on the trail, or even down the base of the trunk of a tree, look up. You just might find an owl. I have before. And another way is to listen to the sounds of the forest, the critters and their alarm calls. I have many videos where you can hear very loud, angry chickadees, or you hear the alarm calls of squirrels, and that means there is an owl or some sort of large bird of prey nearby. So here's our little go-getter. It is the evening time, and this is when they get the most active. I love those little head bobs. So he went to jump, and he fell, and look at Mom flew right in. Baby is freaking out. He is holding onto that tiny thin branch. He was with his beak, and he was with his talons. It's like he's swimming in the air. And Mom's there, and she's letting him know everything's gonna be okay. This happens to every baby barred owl. Sometimes it happens many more times. It can happen 10 times in a week for some. So then Dad flew in, and he's looking at them both like, hello, I'm here. And Mom and Dad are having a makeout session. Mom and Dad mate for life. And they love showing affection as well. And poor Clementine is like, can you not see me struggle here? But, that's really good parenting right there. They're so close. just in case anything happens. And this is one of the toughest learning curves for baby owls. He's not tangled up in anything. He's just clutching the branch, clutching maple leaves. He's gonna have to let go. He's going to be exhausted. See, if you look real close, he's just got his talons wrapped around that very thin branch. Instinct tells him he can't hit the ground. That's where a predator can get him. Super, super scary time again. I didn't get any closer. I didn't want to do anything to make him more scared or more stressed than he already is. You're gonna see him let go pretty soon. Look at those wings and that floofy Buddha belly. What a little sweetheart. And he fell on the ground, and the first thing he did, like in 10 seconds, was climb a big, thick tree. It was really, really dark out, and I was pretty far away, and I was just so happy. This is the second tree he climbed that day. This is what I wait every year for my whole life. Every year I hope and pray that I get to witness this and capture it on film to share it with you all. And I would be so appreciative if you could share this with other people who love owls and other people who love to hike and love nature, because I volunteer with wildlife rehab and wildlife rescue, and you have no idea how many baby owls are self-rescued by people who mean well. Mom just flew in. Did you see that? So essentially the babies are owl napped, taken away from their moms, which is such stress on the babies and mom and dad. So spread the word. Hashtag baby owls climb trees. And hopefully that hashtag can trend, or if you could share my videos for the sake of the baby owls. You have no idea how oftenly that this happens. But there's helicopter mom making sure everything's right with baby, preening him. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Let me know what your favorite species of owl is. Of course, you know this is mine. Barred owls. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Owl, we need his love.